Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M40 M43. In actual fact, it is an M43. It's got the 8-inch caliber gun, and this one is on the southwest spawn of Province, or is that the north spawn? Difficult to know because which way around you're looking at the map. Anyway, the name of the commander is me. Yes, it's one of my replays again. This one I promised after I posted the results on our page, and I think you'll find it quite an interesting battle. And it started, and I'm immediately pulling away into a firing position. You can see the rest of the team moving to theirs, and I'm heading for the back of the map, and I'm starting out at this position here. Just adjusting myself. Okay, I'm ready to shoot, and now I'm looking for targets. Now, normally at the start of a battle like this, I will pre-aim at this position here, because if you see the columns near that point go down, you know somebody is there. The other place they might hide is here to get shots on the enemy. So I'm looking for any clues that the enemy are there, and I saw a tree go down. There's another tree go down. So somebody happens to be behind that tree. I'm dialed in, round out. Somebody is about to get hit, and I don't know who was hit, but I know somebody was there. Okay, unfortunately, one of our enemies, a Centurion 1, managed to get up into the lookout area, and it's stopping our Gorilla 15 and our Wizzy 11114 from getting into a firing position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them some assistance, and to let them know I am going to mark the target so they can see that I am aiming at that position. Okay, mark the target. That tells them I am targeting that spot, so not to worry. It's about to get hit. There's the Centurion 1. He's already been hit. Round out. And he's out the game. 193 hit points. And it gives my guys some position, because they can now get up into that corner and start spotting the enemy for me. Okay, I've changed position. I'm now looking for that 257. And I think he's behind that building. I'm just zeroing right now. I'm not sure my teammates can actually see him, but there's a STG, and so they can definitely see him, and he's been taken out of the game just like that. Now, that's what I was looking for originally, the 257. Now, I'm dialing in on target. I'm almost loaded. He stops. Round out. And I hit him for 261. Give him a nice long stun. And then I'm moving position again. I've got plenty of time to do so. I've got a 37.97 reload and masses of stun assist popping up because that 257 was actually taken out the game. He was killed by the Gorilla 15, who I managed to let up onto that height. So it was very worthwhile doing that. But now we've got another problem. We've got a T-54 Mob 1, the first prototype, and he's managed to get up quite close to me, and I'm trying to find a solution to actually hit him, and I can see him through that gap. He just appeared for a brief second. I fire a round in and get 220 hit points off the 254. So he's not feeling very happy about that shot, and I'm moving position and relocating. Now you notice I am actually relocating quite a lot. But you'll notice as well, I got asked for help on the Wizzy 111.5A, who's up on the cliffs. Now, because of that building's in the way, I can't get an accurate solution on him, and I was backing the vehicle up as I was doing so, trying to work out, can I get a shot up there? I'm right at the back, and I actually knocked a tree down, and that may have been the mistake that led to me being hit. Now, I'm trying to get a solution on T-54. I'm lining him up for another shot, but I can see that the building's in the way there. So I'm not going to get a hit, because that building's going to take the shell rather than the target. Our T-54 Mob 1, our first prototype, is jockeying about on that corner, trying to spot the enemy. And he has been seen now, and he's going back to the position he was once in. Can I get a shot onto him? It's difficult. There's an Arty round just went in. I fire a round in. It does go over the building. Now, I don't know if I did any damage, but I am relocating. Okay, and I've moved to a different bush. and I'm now trying to pre-aim at the enemy. But a Wizzy 111-15 turns up. Now that's 5A. That's the one that was right up on top of the heights, I think. And he's turned up, but I haven't got an angle on him. I can't hit him. Very difficult shot. But I can hit that 5A. And there's a Conway, and I can hit him just. It's a very difficult shot, but I'm dialing in on him. And round out. And I splash him for 282 hit points. He's stunned. He's pulling back down that mountain. It's very difficult, and I can just see the rear of the T-54 Mob 1. He's poking around the corner. He probably doesn't realise that he can be seen. And I'm trying to get an angle on him. And you obviously know I didn't relocate after this shot. So I'm still stationary. And it looks like the Conway got around the corner, but he did take a round. And I'm now looking to see, can I get another shot on that Conway? Well, I'm dialed in, but no, not at the moment. Can I get a shot on that T-54 Mob 1? That was the corner he was hiding behind. So I'm dialing in for a shot, and then the Conway comes into view again. And this time around it looks a little bit better, but there's a red line for a short while. Then the T-54 Mob 1 shows up. So I'm trying for a shot on him. And I think he's getting close to that corner. I might be able to get a hit on him. And I do! 346 hit points from a splash. And I think I was spotted, but maybe by that shot. But I was so focused on what was going on here. I aimed for the T-44. I'm trying to protect that Wizzy 111-14 who's in that little alcove. And he's starting to receive arty fire. And I'm dialed in, I'm indicating targets so the Wizzy 14 knows what I'm looking at. Almost ready to shoot. 5 seconds. 4. The T-44 pulls round and tries to run away. Round out. And I only splash him for 151 hit points. But then I spot the M449L was actually hiding behind the rocks just over there. And we didn't see him on that occasion. But it looks like the Wizzy 14 poked out, had a look, saw him. So now I'm dialed in and I haven't relocated. And it is the Liberté version with the French colours. The Tricolore. La Tricolore. And I'm looking for that T-44. Can I get a shot on him? Well, yes, but I'm not loaded. And I don't need to worry because the T-44 has taken out the game. The Liberté is pulling back. Fire a round in. And... oh, I get a hit. 473 hit points. But again, I haven't relocated. And you know what's going to happen if I don't relocate? I'm going back to that T-54. Almost loaded. Got 7 rounds of ammo left. I've selected premium ammo to increase the splash area. So if I can get the T-54, fire a round in and kill the T-54. He was round the corner. I couldn't see him. And at that moment I get hit by the GW Tiger. And it looks like it was a near miss. It landed next to me. But it didn't actually hit me. You can see the shell crater, I think, right next door. But it only did 354 hit points of damage, 345 hit points of damage. So I moved to a different bush. Now, maybe I should have moved to a different bush altogether, further away from the firing position. But I was trying to focus on getting that AMX M4. And then I spot 2 targets together. There's a Waffenträger Alpha Panzer IV here. And a Jagdtiger, and that round goes in, but it destroys the columns and the bridge over the columns. And I'm moving position this time to make sure that GW Tiger rather doesn't get another shot at me. Okay, now can I get an angle on that Jagdtiger? Well, he appears to be hiding behind that building, but every now and then he pulls back into cover. So I'm going to have another shot. I've got another round of premium in the chamber, almost ready to complete. So that'll increase the splash area. I'm loaded. I shoot again straight away. And it looks like I hit the columns. So that shot may not have been effective. I'm moving up to a position and I'm a little closer to that Borsig than he would probably like. So I decide I'm actually going to move a little further away. But so at that moment, the Wizzy 111.5A comes into view. I'm loading standard ammo now. I've only got 4 rounds left. And a T110E4 is coming, and he's also been spotted moving fast in this direction. So I'm going to dial in on them. There's the TE4. I fire around and get a direct hit on the E4. I was spotted that time, so I'm going to have to move. It was close enough for them to know, and I'm going to have to hug the rock to make sure the GW Tiger P cannot hit me, and also to give me some time to go unsighted. I'm pulling back. The Gorilla just took a massive hit, so did the T110E4. So I'm racking up the stun assist. Okay, I've got 2 targets here. A Gorilla 15 and a Wizzy 111.14. I'm almost loaded. Round out! Oh, both enemies go down simultaneously, and unfortunately I didn't pick up any hit points off those 2 at all. I'm now down to 2 rounds, and it's at this point that I let my teammates know I've only got 2 rounds left. Right, so I've stopped in the bush and I'm typing it out. Only 2 rounds left. 2. Just in case somebody didn't know what 2 TWO meant. Because there are some players out there who don't speak English, so they might not know what 2 means. Okay, I'm looking for that AMX M449L. There's the Waffenträger. Okay, he's too good a target to miss. Round out. Oh, 1,191 hit points from a direct hit. It didn't take him out of the game, but it certainly reduced him to virtually nothing. And we've just destroyed their Jagdtiger as well. So all the enemy on this side of the map has gone down, and I've just effectively down to the last round. And I acknowledge that to my team. They know that I've got only 1 round left. So I'm trying to help them as much as I can. There's the AMX M449L. Okay, almost ready. He's pulling back behind the rock. Round out. And I get 208 hit points of damage on him from Splash. It landed just in front of him. And now that my teammates will have to do all the work, and all I can do now is cap. So I'm off. I'm going to go straight to the cap. Try and get into the cap and help the team out. Force the enemy to come out of their hiding places. There's still 5 enemy left. 2 heavy tanks, 2 tank destroyers, and an Arty. Well, we know where 2 of them are, the UDES and the Wizzy 111.14. And I'm going to try and go up as close to the west side as I can to avoid being seen by the enemy. Okay, they just lost their UDES. And they just lost the other tank destroyer, the Waffenträger. That just leaves 3 enemies now. 2 heavies and the Arty. And C-54 Mob 1 is moving up. Now I thought I might be able to get through here. Actually, I missed the crossing point. The crossing point was actually around the corner. But I missed out on that and didn't read the memo, you could say. I realised my mistake, and that I'd have to go the whole long way round, and the enemy's just lost their Arty. T-54 Mob 1. Oh no, it's the Wizzy 111.14 took him out, and the enemy has lost the AMX M4, so the only remaining enemy is their Wizzy 111.14, and he's being surrounded and pummeled to death, and he's gone, and it's a victory. And boy did I have to work for that victory. A lot of shots, and I also took some damage, but I definitely increased my MOE on that game. And here's the end results. It's an ace tanker for general disturbance in the M40, M43. I also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 19 in that battle. 4 of those were from the T-54 Mob 1. I got 4 shots on him, damaged him on his modules every time I hit him. I also managed to get a Gore's medal for doing more damage exceeding 8 times the hit points of my own vehicle, and a Confederate medal because I hit more of the enemy than anyone else, at least 6 tanks then taken out by other teammates. And you can see the win rate for that battle was 6053, and I can tell you my MOE did jump substantially with that one game. So let's have a look at team score, see where we stand. Well, I didn't do the highest amount of damage. That went to the Striv 103. He actually worked very, very hard. 4,944 hit points of damage. I came second with 4,307, so I was 600 points behind him, but I still had to work pretty hard to get that 4,307. And I managed to get 2 kills, which puts me joint second behind the 2 leaders, which were the Gorilla 15 and the Wizzy 11114. And when it came to base XP, I was top of the table. 1,301 experience points from that battle alone. And you can see that the highest scorer on the enemy team was actually their T54 Mob 1, the one that I kept on hitting. The poor guy, he was really suffering because every time I fired a round in, he was getting splattered. And even when he was unsighted, I fired a round in and splashed him to death. So let's have a look at the detailed report, see exactly what happened. Well, I fired all 16 rounds of ammunition. Every round I had, I fired. I got 3 direct hits, 3 penetrations, and 12 splash damage. So only 1 shot missed. I did damage of 4,307 hit points, of which 3,539 were at more than 300 meters. I did actually hit some close range shots, the ones on the Gorilla and also the ones on T54 Mob 1. They were fairly close at the time. They were less than 300 meters. They were very close to me. So it was very good that I actually took those targets out. In fact, I didn't take the Gorilla out or the Wizzy that was just a short distance away because they got killed momentarily before my shell landed. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I would have picked up a bombardier off that shot because I had them lined up perfectly for both of them to hit, receive the shell at the same time. I did receive a hit as a result of splash damage from the GW Tiger P, and congratulations to that player because here he is, Emil89R, because he did manage to spot my tracer and put a round very close to me, and it was unlucky for him that the round wasn't close enough to wipe me out altogether, because if he had wiped me out, that would have reduced the force of my team considerably, because after all, I was providing a lot of fire support for my team. So good play by Emil89R, but bad luck that you didn't kill me. So let's have a look at the detail report, the final details. Well, I managed to hit 10 of the enemy, that's 2/3 of the enemy team, and destroyed 2 of them. I did cause the damage assistance of 130 hit points and stun assistance of 1,227 hit points off 13 stuns. On a premium account, I earned 57,993 credits. I had a personal reserves bonus going at the same time for 28,997. So my grand total was 86,990 from that battle alone. And after repair and ammunition resupply, I had 86,990 credits left over. I received 26 bonds during that battle, 20 from the anniversary and 6 bonds from the Gores and the Confederate. I received 1,951 XP times 4 for the first victory of the day, and a personal reserves bonus going there as well, so I took away 9,757 experience points from that battle alone. But I did have to work hard for it. I was really working hard. I was sweating, not just from the heat, but from the fact of, can I do my job properly? Can I help my team? Where can I place my shells to do the most effect? Because I knew I was running short of ammo, but I had to do my best to help my team, because most of them on my side of the map were hiding behind those walls, and they didn't want to come out and shoot at the enemy or even find him. So I had to put the shells in and try and splash the enemy to death, or at least as close as I could. And it worked, and it was a good battle. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.